Hello and welcome to another episode of Psych Wisdom. Today we discuss how to make your kids disciplined in life. Disciplining kids effectively involves a combination of positive reinforcement, clear communication, and consistent consequences. It's important to establish clear rules, set age-appropriate limits, and model desired behaviors. Focusing on teaching self-regulation and problem-solving skills can lead to more cooperative and understanding children. Here's a more detailed breakdown of effective discipline techniques. First, establish clear rules and expectations. Make rules simple and easy to understand. Children need to know what is expected of them. Explain the reasoning behind the rules, because this helps children understand why certain behaviors are not acceptable. Also, set age-appropriate limits, since what is appropriate for a toddler will be different from what is appropriate for an older child. Next, model good behavior. Kids learn by watching, so be a positive role model for your children. Demonstrate self-control and appropriate communication, and teach children how to handle their emotions and interact with others in a respectful way. Positive reinforcement is, honestly, one of the most effective tools we have. Praise and reward good behavior. Try to focus on what your child is doing right rather than what they're doing wrong. Use specific praise. Instead of just saying good job, you might say, I appreciate that you picked up your toys after you finished playing. And it's so important to provide positive attention and affection. Children really need to feel loved and valued. When it comes to addressing misbehavior, it's important to do so effectively and with care. Timeouts can be helpful, but only when they're used as a brief period for calm and reflection, not as a punishment. Try to redirect misbehavior by helping children find appropriate ways to express their needs and wants. Use consequences that are relevant and consistent, making sure they're appropriate for the misbehavior and are always enforced. And please, avoid threats and empty promises. Make sure you can actually follow through with any consequences you set. It's also helpful to talk about the behavior, explain why it's not acceptable, and discuss what the child could do differently next time. Setting clear expectations really makes a difference. Telling your child exactly what you want them to do is much more effective than telling them what not to do. When you ask a child to not make a mess or to be good, they don't necessarily understand what they're required to do. Clear instructions like, please pick up all of your toys and put them in the box, set a clear expectation and increase the likelihood that they'll do what you're asking. But it's important to set realistic expectations. Asking them to stay quiet for a whole day may not be as manageable as asking for 10 minutes of quiet time while you have a phone call. You know what your child is capable of. But if you ask for the impossible, they are going to fail. Promote problem solving by encouraging children to identify solutions. Give them opportunities to work through challenges and find their own solutions. Listen to their perspective and try to understand what's going on for them. Offer guidance and support to help them develop their problem-solving skills. Stay consistent and persistent. Consistency is key, so apply rules and consequences consistently. Don't give up. It takes time and effort to teach children new behaviors. Be patient and understanding because children are still developing, and it's okay to make mistakes. One-on-one time is important for building any good relationship and even more so with your children. It can be 20 minutes a day or even 5 minutes. You can combine it with something like washing dishes together while you sing a song or chatting while you're hanging out the washing. What's really important is that you focus on your child. So you turn your TV off, you turn your phone off, you get to their level, and it's you and them. When your child is being difficult, distracting them with a more positive activity can be a useful strategy. When you distract them towards something else, by changing the topic, introducing a game, leading them into another room, or going for a walk, you can successfully divert their energy towards positive behavior. Timing is also crucial. Distraction is also about spotting when things are about to go wrong and taking action. Being mindful of when your child is starting to become fidgety, irritable, or annoyed, or when two siblings are eyeing the same toy, can help diffuse a potential situation before it becomes one. What you can do in stressful situations. Every family goes through stressful times together. Here are some tips that can help parents get through such times. Pause. We all know the stress when we feel our child is being difficult. At moments like these, being present and stepping back is a simple and useful tactic. Hit the pause button, take 5 deep breaths, slowly and carefully, and you'll notice you are able to respond in a calmer, more considered way. Parents across the world say that just taking that pause is enormously helpful. Step back. Parents often forget to care for themselves. Take some time for yourself, such as when the kids are asleep, to do something that makes you feel happy and calm. It's really hard to do all the things right as a parent when you haven't given yourself a break. You know, it's really easy to forget the astonishing job you do as a parent every single day, and honestly, you should give yourself the credit. Each day, maybe while you're brushing your teeth, just take a moment to ask yourself, what was one thing I did really well with my kids today? And just know that you did something great, and remember, you are not alone. Millions of parents across the world are all trying, and well, we're all failing sometimes. The important thing is that we try again. Seek support when needed. Talk to other parents, share your experiences, and learn from others. And if you find yourself having difficulty managing your child's behavior, consider consulting with a professional. It's always okay to ask for help. By using these strategies, parents can really help their children grow into well-behaved, responsible, and self-regulated individuals. That's all for today. I hope you liked today's Psych Wisdom. See you again in the next episode soon. Take care.